everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Show FC. I hope you all are well. I hope you all are good. I hope you all are doing very well, and I hope you have a very good day. And I'm sorry to be back after a long time. I did a post-match of Chelsea West Ham, and in between them, there have been only short contents because the time has been scarce. But you will again see regular content from Monday to Thursday, Friday until some work as well. So do subscribe, do like the video, people, and please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. And today we're going to discuss on a lot of topics. And the topics we're going to discuss today are as follows. We are going to discuss about Premier League Game Week 6 thoughts. We are going to discuss about big Premier League moments this week. That there were a lot of moments, people. A lot of great moments were there this week. We are going to talk about the Big 6 talks. We are also going to talk about Leicester being the relegation candidates. And sir, the UCL preview will be tomorrow. I think it will be back tomorrow on Tuesday. So UCL will be previewed tomorrow on the channel on Tuesday. And I'll have some guests as well. I might try a Hiren Bhai and also some other guests as well. So UCL preview will be out tomorrow at around 7 to 7:15. And today I'm going to discuss on the Premier League game week along with Chelsea news and all the other stuff as well. So starting today, people, we're going to discuss on Premier League game week 6. We're going to discuss on the big Premier League moments that were happened this week. We're going to discuss on the top 6 teams, Leicester being the relegation candidates, Premier League competitiveness, how strong this league is. We're going to discuss on Chelsea attack, news of Chelsea and some big contract extension, and Chelsea new signings in regard to Aubameyang and Zakaria and the news regarding them. So first, people, let's start with the first topic, and this is about the Premier League results. And people, what a great game week we had of football today. Everton 0, Liverpool 0. Everybody was predicting Liverpool to beat Everton, but that's what Premier League is, competitive at its best. And Goodison Park was at its best. And welcome Anshul Bhai in the chat as well. Anshul sir, thank you so much to join the chat. And very good, sir. And I hope you are also very well and very good, people. And now, people, discussing on the results, Everton pulled a surprise. And to be honest, Everton even might have got a victory in that match if Neil Maupay has some finishing about him. Tottenham, they beat Fulham 2-1 in a game where you have to say Fulham again showed some good signs, but Tottenham was just too much for them. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth was one of the most entertaining match of the league, people. That was bonkers. Nottingham Forest went 2-0 up, and then boom, it suddenly became 2-3. That was a magnificent match of football, people. Two teams were relegation candidates and Bournemouth pulling a massive upset. And then Chelsea beating West Ham 2-1. We also had Brentford destroying Leeds United 5-2. We had Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Southampton 1-0. We had Newcastle and Palace in a VAR controversial decision where Newcastle were denied a goal that should have stood. We'll talk about that later in the video as well. Aston Villa got a draw against City, and another VAR controversy where Aston Villa should have won that match. Then we had Brighton decimating Leicester 5-2, and then we had Manchester United versus Arsenal 3-1 in a massive victory and a massive statement by Manchester United. So first thing we're going to talk about today is regarding Everton versus Liverpool. Thoughts on Everton? Now for me, people, I do want to get your opinion in the chat as well. I think Everton are showing some better signs now. They were everyone's relegation candidates, but I do see them getting a 13-14 finish. I see Everton playing well, people. I think Everton have done some smart signings. I think Neil Maupay might be a smart signing. He can get the goals in between, even if sometimes his finishing is very bad. I think Dwight McNeil is a good signing. Vinagre is a good signing. I think along with that, Gordon is playing at a form of his life and he's looking a very good talent. Tarkowski and Connor Cody are such good signings, and Onana and getting Idrissa Gueye back are also a very good addition by Everton. And people, right now, Everton are looking an outfit that is strong enough to survive, but do nothing more than that. They played very well against Liverpool, should have won the match. Neil Maupay should be finishing the chance, and Everton should have beaten Liverpool. But it didn't happen. Whatever happened, Everton got a draw, and that's a massive result for them. Now on Virgil van Dijk, was there a red card? Now, many people are saying that it wasn't a red. Many people are saying it's a red. Many people are saying that it was not enough to overturn. Many people are saying it should have been overturned. And Anshul Bhai, with a question, VVD looks too casual this season. Maybe age catching up, but it was a straight red, studs on ankle. Absolutely agreed, Anshul Bhai. Absolutely agreed. I think I will say one thing. In modern days, a stud up tackle is meaning red. Why do the referees keep on changing the goalpost? Why do referee keep on changing the desire of the goal every day? Sometimes it's stud up tackle red, sometimes it's a yellow, sometimes it's part of the game. I think people have to finally decide what the final outcome must be. Virgil van Dijk tackle was a leg breaker and that was a red card. I don't think people there's any question. On Virgil van Dijk, I think he is not looking casual. I think since that injury, Virgil van Dijk has lost a bit of the composure and the defensive ability he had. ACL injury, people, is very, very bad, and a lot of players declined after that. I think Virgil van Dijk suffered it, and I think he's really finding it hard to get back to the Virgil van Dijk we know. Now, thoughts on Liverpool and why are Liverpool struggling so much? People, with Liverpool, in my humble opinion, they still will be in the top 2, top 3 in the league. I think nobody should discount them. They are still one of the best team in the league. They can go on a 10 match, 15 match, 20 match winning streak as well. They are that good. But problem with Liverpool right now is I think slowly but surely they are going through a transition, which I think people are not realizing, but Liverpool need a lot of changes. I think I respect Jordan Henderson a lot. But Jordan Henderson at starting 11 for a top team, especially in a Gegen pressing style, is not good enough. And Henderson, Milner, Naby Keita, or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think these type of team is just need a lot of transition in the midfield, and this is why Liverpool are struggling. Liverpool need a massive overhaul in midfield, and I think this is why they're looking too much stale right now. Liverpool play a very, very high gegenpressing, demanding style of football, which takes a lot of stamina, a lot of power out of the players, and they look tired. Stamina started resting. Now, Mohamed Salah can give you very, very good returns for next 2 years, but till 2025, 2026, that is difficult to see. James Milner, Henderson are not made to be starters. Now Liverpool have Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, but Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain looks like done at the level. You can even say along with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita looks like he's out of Liverpool. Liverpool need a massive midfield issues. They need to solve it. Now, Liverpool for me are looking at Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is a future answer to solve every problem. And that is the thing people I'm seeing with Liverpool. But the only problem with Liverpool is Jude Bellingham going to be enough to solve it? They need a future Mohamed Salah replacement. They need to replace Milner, Henderson, Naby Keita, Chamberlain with at least 2 proper midfielders, and then Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho. And I think they need to find a trend backup as well. And Liverpool, if not this year, next year they will have to overhaul. Or I'm telling you one thing, people. Liverpool, if not this year, next year Liverpool will be very vulnerable to be caught out. They need to recruit well. They are one of the best scouting teams in the league, and Liverpool have to recruit well people because they are going under a transition. Taking a question here, Liverpool playing style has been found out like us. Both teams need changes style of play and to be more dynamic. For me, unsure by Liverpool have tried to change it with getting David Nunes, playing a bit more direct. I think their style has not been caught out. I think their players have just got a bit more old, and the side has done the best it could. I think Anshul Bhai and people in the chat, I think you will agree with me that every side, every 11 has like 6-7 good years in them, and they need to replace. Sir Alex Ferguson was the smartest person in that regard. He used to succeed with Man United side, then he used to change it. I think Liverpool side has reached his pinnacle. Mohamed Salah, max to max, going to give you 2 good years now. Milner, he's reached his prime. Henderson, he's reached his prime. Naby Keita of no use. Chamberlain of no use. You go towards having a no trend backup. Sadio Mane is gone. New player in Darwin Núñez. There's a lot of pressure on him because of the price tag. Liverpool need a massive refreshing in the squad if they really want to go ahead. Otherwise, this year they might finish second, but that might not be the case next year or the year after as well. And title challenge, I think people, Liverpool still might finish second this year, but title challenge with the way they have been playing, it looks very, very difficult. I think if Liverpool even put a title challenge, it again will be like missing out by 1 point, missing out by 2 points, and then thinking about why did we not win that match? We drew against Palace, Fulham, we dropped so many points. That's going to be the case with Liverpool. Liverpool are dropping too many points, and that is going to bite them in the back. That is going to bite Liverpool in the back, people. And that is the case with Liverpool. We need to be very, very honest about. Title challenge, I don't think so. That is not possible. They're already 5 points behind City. City really dropped points. Liverpool with injuries and everything are struggling so far. I just cannot see Liverpool compete with City. But even then, I can see them finishing second as well. Going on to the next part of the video now, people. And now having a discussion on Tottenham and Fulham and the victory Tottenham got. First of all, I want to give a bit of thoughts on Fulham. And Fulham so far in the Premier League for me have been impressive. We cannot deny that from the promoted teams, Fulham have looked the brightest. And in Premier League so far, Fulham have been one of the best teams to watch. They are doing a very, very good stuff. Getting Palinia is a very, very good signing. Mitrovic continues his form from Championship last year. I think Andres Pereira is a very, very good buy. I think Bird Leno is a good buy as well. And Fulham slowly but surely are doing a good job. They took Arsenal till the end. They have even troubled Tottenham as well. I think they are doing a good job. And Fulham is going to be a great, great team this year, I think, people. They can finish 13, 14 this year, and that's good sign for them. Marco Silva is doing a good job. And I think Fulham this year are doing their best they can. So big up to them, big credit to them. And I think they have finally come to the Premier League being ready and not going down like they always do. So Fulham people are doing a very, very good job. So credit to them. I think they are doing a very, very good job this year. And I think Fulham will survive this year. I think it's very, very clear that Fulham will survive in the Premier League this year, people. Now, people, going on to the second part, and that's Tottenham's unbeaten run. So Tottenham so far have 4 victories, 2 draws. They are equal with points on Manchester City. They have drawn to West Ham. They've drawn to Chelsea, but they've won all other games. Now, Tottenham haven't sent a statement like Arsenal where they're playing some best football in the league. But people, we have to be very honest with ourselves. You don't have to play the best football to be everyone's favorite. You are here to win trophies. You are here to get good finishes. I think Tottenham are the most efficient team in the league so far. They know how to get victories. They know how to grind out 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. And this is why people, Tottenham are a perfect team this year, the way they are doing things. I think Tottenham so far are looking efficient. They are getting points. Remember, they've already played West Ham. They've already played Chelsea. They have played some tough games as well. They've also played Wolves. And with all these games, they've come out victorious. So there's a big credit to Tottenham as well. And so far, they're looking a very efficient side. And they have Manchester City coming this week as well. So that's going to be very interesting as well. On Harry Kane, I think he's continuing where he left off. I think Harry Kane and Son have not been at the best so far. And even then, they're doing so well. Tottenham people are winning right now without Son being in the best form and Kane being in the best form. I think once these players hit their strides, Tottenham is going to be one of the most difficult teams in the league to play, in my humble opinion. Now, are the title challengers? Are Tottenham the challengers to Manchester City this season? People, that is very difficult to answer because Tottenham this season have been proving everyone that they're an efficient side. They can win the matches 1-0, they can score the late goals, they can get a draw, and Tottenham are going to be one of, if not the most hardest team in the league to beat. But people, we need to be very honest with ourselves. They are in no way title challengers. They still have a lot of problems in the squad. They still don't have a proper centre-backs. I think Conte is making their centre-backs play at a higher level. I don't think they have some great centre-backs. I'm still very doubtful of the right side. I still think Tottenham have a great, great squad, but I just cannot see them compete for title. But right now, people, with the way they are playing, they look hell-bent for me to be in the top 4 this season. And I think they will be 100% will be in the top 4 this season, in my humble opinion. Now, going to the next match, and now talking about Chelsea versus West Ham. I discussed about this match in big detail in the post-match, so I won't discuss in massive detail, but I will give my opinion on all this stuff. And I think, first of all, was West Ham robbed? Oh my God. That's a difficult one to tell people. That is a difficult one. People, the only defense I have got of the referee is I think what referee thought was because Mendy was fouled, Mendy was not able to get up, which allowed corner to go through and easily score the goal. Now, people, I'm not saying that if Mendy gets up within a second. I'm not saying that, let's say, and Anshul Bhai saying West Ham deserve a point. Absolutely. I think Anshul Bhai, they were robbed. But in my humble opinion, people, what I'm trying to think is, this is the only justification of referee giving it in Chelsea's favor. I think in reality, let's be honest, Bowen did touch Mendy. There's no doubt about that. Was it enough? We don't know. But Mendy was touched. There's no doubt about that. Now, people, along with Mendy, the only thing I will love to say is I will say that I'm not saying that Mendy was hit by Bowen and Mendy will be up in 1 second. But let's say he was not hit by Bowen. I'm fully sure that Mendy would have been up on his feet at least in a second or 1 second or a half. And let's say if Mendy was up, it might have really distorted the vision of Cornet. I think keeper might have made it too strong. So you never know, a goal might have not happened. So I think I do understand referee's perspective, but I think West Ham were robbed. But people, in this year so far, a lot of teams have been given wrong decision. Chelsea have an end of an absolutely awful decision, which was worse than this in Cucurella here being pulled off. So I think referees have to be cautioned. And I think Chelsea this time got the luck of the green. But overall, we have to be honest with ourselves. Each team this season has been in big trouble. Each team has saw their decision go in their against or favor. So I think there has to be a big show or a talk on referees in England. Now, Talking about the Chelsea attack, and I think Chelsea attack again really disappointed us all, especially the starting 11. I think Pulisic again is his first start, so we have to be calm on Pulisic. This was the first start of Pulisic, people, so we need to be honest. You need to give players some games, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row before you properly analyze them. And Pulisic, I think, played after a very long time, so I don't want to be critical. But he was very poor. Gallagher was very poor. I think Raheem Sterling playing as a forward is not the right way to go. And I think, except Reece James, even Cucurella was poor. I think Kovacic was not at his best. Loftus-Cheek was poor. And Chelsea were very bad until the substitutions games. Taking a question here, people. Rice and Emerson both kicked Chelsea flag after West Ham score. We should not sign Rice. He has no respect. Emerson, a Champions League winner medal with us. Ungrateful. I agree. I think that was wrong. A club that gave you a very big trophy, a club that treated you well when it was just sitting in a medical doctor, I think you need to have more respect. I expect more from Emerson than Rice, because Rice was rejected from here. Emerson was given chances and was played here and won a trophy. That's sad, but I think Anshul Bhai, that's the way with modern players as well. They just don't understand the sentiment of fans as well. Now, going on, Gallagher, people, and Gallagher for me was again very disappointing. We have to be honest with ourselves. Gallagher is a player, people, I really love. Gallagher is a player I really admire, and I will love to see Gallagher make it up at Chelsea. I really would love to see that, because I respect Gallagher and I wish he makes it at Chelsea. But that was another very poor display by him. It was another awful display by Conor Gallagher. I don't know what's going on, whether he's trying to impress the manager a lot, whether he's trying to overdo things, whether he's trying to overmake things. But so far, Conor Gallagher has been really putting in bad performance after bad performance. And people, that is becoming a massive concern for me, because he has been putting bad after bad displays for very long time. And at some point, it has to end. I love Conor Gallagher. I will love him to make it at Chelsea. I really love him. But so far, his performances have not been to the level that Chelsea needs. Now, talking about the hero, Ben Chilwell, the hero of this game. Ben Chilwell won Chelsea the 3 points, and I'm not hearing anything else. I think Ben Chilwell saved us. What a great display by him. This is why Ben Chilwell is one of the most loved players in the Chelsea fan base. And when this guy plays, we always play at the best. When Reece James and Ben Chilwell are fit, Chelsea always play at their absolute best, because they are so good. Ben Chilwell is a way better attacking fullback than Marc Cucurella, and the goal Ben Chilwell scored was a beauty. The way he took on the Thiago Silva pass with his header, deflected it from the defender, and then such a smart finish. Wow, people, wow. And then for the second goal, that cross was so good, and it shows that when Ben Chilwell plays, Chelsea have more attacking threat with James and Chilwell in comparison to James and Cucurella. Ben Chilwell is so important for us, people, and it was so good to see Ben Chilwell being back, and I hope he gets regular game time. Now, Armando Broja on the contract talks will come back later in the video, but he has such a big impact, people. I think when Broja came, Chelsea had a body in the box to look forward to, and people, that was a very good thing in my opinion. I think when Armando Broja came on the pitch, Chelsea suddenly started playing better, because we had a focal point. Broja used to attract some defenders with him. He used to provide us with a physical threat in the box, and people, that was very important. So big up to him, and Broja surely suddenly will make his debut against Dynamo Zagreb, and people, he has to be starting more. He put a very good display. Now, taking a bit of question here, people. Just a question. In your opinion, why does everyone hate Chelsea? Refs, media, pundits, other club fans? What is his agenda? I think it's first to do with, I think Chelsea were the one, in my opinion, Anshul Bhai, that broke the dominance of Manchester United and Arsenal. Chelsea were the first club that came to the Premier League, rocked it, and Chelsea were the first club that broke the dominance of Manchester United, Arsenal, and broke the invincible dominant era, Sir Alex Ferguson dominant era. And I think that really made a lot of people jealous. And I think that's the first reason we were hated. Then Jose Mourinho came in. Jose Mourinho was the best person in riling up the oppositions and everything. And I think these are the two reasons Chelsea are really hated upon by the referees. Now, my thoughts on West Ham, people. I think with West Ham United, I'm in humble opinion, I think West Ham will do well this season. They started bad. People started to make rash judgment. But West Ham showed against Chelsea, they showed against Tottenham that why they are such a good team. And with Lucas Paqueta, Michael Antonio, Declan Rice, Jarrod Bowen, they've got players like even Zuma, they've got players like even Emerson, you can say Cresswell at the left back. I think they're looking a good team and they have more than enough this season to be in the top 8 or top 9 in my humble opinion, people. Now, discussing on Aston Villa versus Manchester City, and were Aston Villa robbed? They were robbed. Let's be brutally honest, that goal should have stood, and Aston Villa and Manchester City were robbed. Sorry, Villa were robbed, City were lucky, and I think they will be very, very furious. I think Steven Gerrard will be furious, I think Aston Villa will be furious, and I think whole Premier League is furious. In terms of net spend on first team, West Ham spent equal to Chelsea. Yeah, I think this is going under the radar that West Ham have spent a lot of money this summer, and I think they need to be under more pressure than they already are. They have to get at least a Europa Conference League qualification through Premier League if they are spending that amount of money. Also, people, I will love to say one thing. Right now, how competitive Premier League is, sometimes you just have to spend the money to stay in a position you are, because this league is so competitive, people. On Aston Villa, I think they were robbed, and another controversial decision by VAR. There were a lot of controversy this week, and this was one of them. On Haaland, wow, people, this guy looks absolutely unstoppable right now. He's scoring for fun. He's going to break a lot of records. I think he's going to break the Drogba record as well of 29 goals in a season. I think this guy is on madness, and what a signing by Manchester City. And surprising thing is, Manchester City signed him on a transfer fee of 50 million, the money they got from Barcelona to sign Ferran Torres. What a club Manchester City run. They've earned so much money from Sterling, Jesus, Zinchenko, Ferran Torres, and now they're putting in Alvarez, Haaland, Calvin Phillips. They are building the squad in such a right way. And people, you have to give Pep Guardiola credit. You have to give the scouts credit. They're building the team in a very strong way. And Manchester City right now are the most catered team in Europe. I think I'll discuss on UCL tomorrow. But right now, I think it's very difficult to see. You can say Bar City, Liverpool, Real in my opinion right now. But I'll discuss on this in length tomorrow. But I will say one thing, Gulshan Bhai, that on Champions League, we can only have a discussion in round of 16 stage. Right now is very difficult to predict, in my opinion. I will say game week 15, if City manage to take the lead in title race, that will be officially over. I absolutely agree. Bro, rate your signing of Eriksen for United out of 10. 9. For free, this guy deserves an absolute 9 for Manchester United. What a great signing, people. And continuing on this job, is Gerrard job safe? I think, people, for now, Steven Gerrard is safe. That's a massive result against Premier League champions. And I think that is a great result from them, people. So Gerrard's job is absolutely safe, people, for now. But we have to be honest, even if his job right now is safe, I think he has to do better with Aston Villa side, because there will be managers around the world who will love to manage Aston Villa. Coutinho, Boubacar Kamara, Ings, Watkins, Leon Bailey, Lucas Dean, Matty Cash, Don Dunker, Emilio Martinez. That is a great squad, and they are managers sitting all around the world. They will love to manage Aston Villa. So Steven Gerrard has to start getting some victories, or else his job will not be safe. Now, Manchester City still easy title winners. People, Manchester City this season have not been at the best, and they still have been winning matches. Arsenal against Manchester United showed why they cannot challenge. Chelsea are still far off. Liverpool are struggling. Tottenham have never experienced winning a title. And City, even with not looking good, not playing their best football, are still near the top of the league. They're still playing such good stuff. They're coming back from 3-1 down, 2-0 down, and winning 4-2 and getting a 3-3 draw. People, City do look unstoppable. And with Haaland scoring so many goals, players like Calvin Phillips, players like even Akanji, good backups, wow, man. They are one heck of a team. We actually bought Haaland for free this summer. We will be paying Dortmund Haaland transfer fee installment. Wow, man. What a magnificent deal. What a deal. Mount rejected first contract offer, renewed contract or to be submitted. I don't know why he has rejected that. Either wages were not right. I think this is going to be a bit of saga, because James accepted it on the first part. But let's see. I hope Mount signs it, because this is not good. I hope Mount signs it, people. Now, people, going on the next news for today. Now, other Premier League talking points from this Saturday. And first of all, let's talk about Newcastle United. And they were robbed. They were robbed. Their goal should have stood. He was pushed. The keeper was pushed into the Newcastle player. What is the Newcastle player supposed to do? A keeper is coming to touch you. He's hitting you. And you are supposed to foul him. My God. My God. My God. Newcastle were robbed and they were denied 3 points. This is a very, very bad decision by the VAR. Bournemouth finally respond. People, big up. Bournemouth was splendid. What a comeback. 2-0 down. Philip Billing. Oh my God. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty by Philip Billing. What a finish. Solanke scoring good goals and assists. And wow, man. Bournemouth getting a much needed victory. At least now finally they get some points and a victory after Aston Villa. So big up to them as well. And Nottingham Forest, people are struggling very, very badly. They have signed 21 players. They have spent a lot of money. And if Nottingham Forest go down in the Premier League with this wage budget, they might absolutely struggle financially. It's of paramount importance with 21 new players that Nottingham Forest stay up in the Premier League. I've been saying this for a long, long time. If Nottingham Forest stay up in the Premier League, nobody will give a damn if they sign 21 players. But if they get relegated, they could be in a massive financial trouble when they get relegated. Now, taking some questions here, people. And bro, do you enjoy the game between Manchester United and Arsenal? Were you expecting United was going to win that game and perform as a Rashford? Ayush bhai, I predicted that. People, do go to my Premier League prediction video, short video of 30 seconds. And I predicted United 3, Arsenal 2. I was expecting Rashford to score. I was expecting United to win. And that did not surprise me, people. Haaland didn't cost 60 million. He did cost 125 with his agent fee. Yeah, that I agree, Anshul bhai. But the thing is, his transfer fee was covered by Ferran Torres fee. I think that is where City did a smart work. And this is the reason we bought Akanji as Walker is injured. And he most likely playing on right back or City will be going back 3. I agree. Forest are looking like the next derby county. No. They will get 25-30 points. They aren't getting 11 points. But in my humble opinion, people, I will say one thing. Nottingham Forest are looking very, very bad. They have signed a lot of players. They need to stay up. If they don't stay up with so much money spent, people, I think big talks need to happen. And I think they could be in a massive financial trouble for the future. I don't want that to happen, people. I was so excited to see Nottingham Forest back in the Premier League. I was so happy to see Nottingham Forest back. The club being hacked in the good heights. I respect Nottingham Forest a lot, people. This is why I was so happy to see Nottingham Forest back. But people, Nottingham Forest have to improve. They have to start staying up in the Premier League, or else spending so much money can put them in a big, big trouble in the future. Now, talking about Leeds United, and our Leeds United back to reality. You were so above beating Chelsea 3-0, we destroyed you. They are back to reality. And yes, people, Leeds are back to reality. I've been telling you for a long time that replacing Phillips and replacing Rafinha is one of the hardest tasks in the world. Aronson is a very good signing. Roca is a good signing. Tyler Adams is a good signing. But no one can replace Calvin Phillips. And no one can replace the creativity of Rafinha. And they are struggling, I think. Leeds will easily stay up. Again, I repeat, Leeds will easily stay up in the Premier League. But I cannot see them being in the top 13, top 14. I think with new signings, new players, they will perform very well against big teams. They will perform very well in some matches. But they will also have some disasters like they did against Brentford. Now, a bit of talk on Ivan Toney. People, I captained him in my FPL. So big up to me as well. I captained him, and what a successful captaincy that was. And wow, people, Ivan Toney is on his form of his life. Wow. Hat trick. He's scoring goal after goal. Everybody is considering on Haaland, Kane, Son, Sterling, Darwin Núñez. Everyone is forgetting about this gem of a player who is playing at his absolute peak. I think people, he has been playing some magnificent stuff for so long. Big up to him as well. And people, what a performance by Ivan Toney. What a performance at Brentford. And Brentford are doing a very, very good job so far, people. They are doing a good job. And James also rejected the first offer. He has accepted the second. I guess they didn't want 7 years, but standard 5. But James has accepted a 6 + 1 year contract, Anshul bhai. So I don't know what's the situation. I think James didn't accept a 6 + 1 year contract. And people, now going on to the next news. And now it's time to talk about the biggest. No. James has extended his contract, Football Creeks. I know you're a Manchester City fan. People, do subscribe to his channel. But he has extended his contract, people. Now, people, talking about Brighton and Leicester. My goodness. 2 years back, Leicester were competing to be in the Champions League. Leicester were the FA Cup winners. And right now, they have 1 point from 7 games in an absolute trouble. Brendan Rodgers is nearing sack. Rodgers out from Leicester fans. And people, they are struggling. 5-2 at away to Brighton. No disrespect, Brighton are a very, very good team. But to lose 5-2 against Brighton is an absolute embarrassment. 1 point from 7 games is an absolute embarrassment. And Rodgers is in trouble. But people, I have a lot of sympathy for Brendan Rodgers. This season, Fofana has been taken away from him. Kasper Schmeichel has been taken away from him. And he has not even been given one player of a good quality. Danny Ward is a horrific goalkeeper. And I think he has not been given players of a good quality. And Leicester people are in massive trouble. Now, are they relegation candidates? No. They aren't a relegation candidate. They still have Harvey Barnes, Iheanacho. They still have some very good players in Jamie Vardy. They have Castagne. They have, you can say in terms of their good centre backs in Justin. They have Johnny Evans. They have Ndidi. But they are in a big trouble, and they might even be big trouble in the future because I cannot see them finishing above 15th, and this is going to be a very bad season until Leicester improve, people. And are we seeing another Leicester season with Brighton? This time unknown winner. It might be, but last year also, and I think it's happened for a long time, I cannot see Brighton sustain this. At some point, they will be caught out, and I cannot see them sustain it. But it's so good to see Brighton do well. So big up to them as well. My money on Rodgers to be the next manager sacked. Brighton may not have world-class players, but they have very intelligent manager. So I think I can see him being sacked. I think even not sacked, I can see them part ways in mutual consent. I can really see them part ways in mutual consent. So that is the thing we have to agree as well. I think they will part ways in some time. I think Rodgers is not happy. We need to be honest with ourselves. Rodgers is not happy as well. And I think this is a problem, people, that is going on for a long time. He has not been back in the market. And I think this is a massive problem, people. Massive problem so far. I think they have been struggling. A lot of players have been taken away from them. Schmeichel, Fofana, a lot of the players have been taken away from them as well. They've not recruited well. They've not signed players. I think they're in massive trouble. And I can see Leicester stay up easily, but I can see Rodgers sacked with frustration and even might be a future Aston Villa manager. You never know. And Rodgers and Gerrard, whoever loses next week is the person to be sacked. Yeah. I think this is why this match just might end in a draw, because anyone losing might just be sacked. And now, people, going on to the next news now. And now, let's talk about the biggest game of the week. Manchester United 3, Arsenal Football Club 1. Marcus Rashford, Eriksen, Bruno destroying Arsenal, and Manchester United sending a statement to the whole league that they are this season to compete. They are the United of the last year, and they are doing a good job. And no, James is a 5-year contract. I'm so sorry if I got update wrong. Thank you, Anshul Bhai, for this. And wow, just wow. Manchester United are making some massive progress under Erik ten Hag. Rashford looks like back to his best. Malacia looks a beautiful signing. Dalot looks fantastic. Varane, Martinez, wow. And I think even along with that, Scott McTominay is playing well. I think Eriksen is played wonderfully well. Bruno, beautiful. What a pass. Rashford, so good. I think Ronaldo is putting such an impact off the bench. Anthony looking good. And Sancho playing very well. And so far, already matching his tally of goals from last season. People, United are progressing very well. Big up to them. Wow. While Arsenal failed their first massive big test, people. Now, where now for Arsenal? I still don't think we should be overreactionary on Arsenal. Arsenal still are a very good team, and they will be there and thereabout in top 4. Arsenal will still get 70 to 80 points between this season. But people, if Arsenal fans are watching this show, I think everybody knew that they're not ready to win the title, and some of the hype around Arsenal was unwarranted. They play the best football in the Premier League along with Manchester City, but you do not get a participation trophy for playing the best football. In the end, the team that finishes in the top 4, the team that wins the trophy, is always considered to be the best. And Arsenal have a lot of young players on the books, players who are very inexperienced, players who make mistakes in massive moments. And this is why They will never be at the top 2, top 3 level, but they will still compete at a top 4 level. This is why people should not be overreactionary, but also, especially Arsenal fans, should not have over expectations bar a top 4. Now, taking some questions here, and Shrey Bhai in UCL, AC Milan is a team. हराने में दिक्कत जा सकती है चेल्सी को. Giroud is in water form. Giroud is in magnificent form, people. Just wow. What a form is in, people. What a magnificent form is in. Well, now also talking about Marcus Rashford, and wow. He is back in his form, people. Just wow. The goal he scored, the moment it took was beautiful. And Marcus Rashford looks a player reborn under a new manager. Big up to him as well. And such a good progress for him under Erik ten Hag. Anshul Bhai with a question here. Arsenal were overconfident playing their normal game. This is the first big 6 team they faced and got slapped. Their fans have been humbled. And Anshul Bhai, you put this very, very well. I think they came complacent that we are like Manchester City. We are going to destroy United. And they got a bit of taste of their own medicine. And I think Arsenal might have to take a counter-attacking approach rather than the approach they took in this game. Arsenal, back to reality. Winning against the likes of Palace, Villa, Leicester doesn't guarantee you title. Yeah, I think Arsenal have played well. I respect Arsenal. They have done a very good job so far this season. But straight away putting them third, second, after just 5 matches was very, very premature in my humble opinion, people. And now, talking about Anthony, and people, this is a very skillful player. Anthony is not a player who is going to have 15 goals, 15 assists, but Anthony is a player who is going to play some beautiful football, the tricks, the dribbles, the enjoyment, and he's going to rock Old Trafford, and he's going to be an enjoyable player to watch. Great signing by Manchester United. Not worth the price tag. Again, I'll say he's not worth the price tag United paid, but people, in today's market, to get a player you want, you have to pay high. But he can do a job for United. He suits the manager system. And I think you need nothing more than that. On Erik ten Hag, I just want to give a message through my video to United fans who are watching. Still stay calm. Do not put over expectation on him. Because people, the problem is when a team started losing matches, suddenly people go, oh, our manager out, we're not playing well. Calma. I think people, Erik ten Hag is a very, very, very good manager. He's really going to take United to big heights. He's doing a magnificent job. More patience has to be rewarded. More time has to be rewarded. And things are only going to get better and better in Manchester United. And this brings me to Mikel Arteta, who has had now 3 years. Now, people, I always give Mikel Arteta a massive credit to win the Europa League. That was a massive... Sorry, FA Cup. I'm so sorry. That was a massive trophy for Arsenal and Arteta. But people tend to forget that Aubameyang, David Luiz, the senior players at Arsenal had a massive role for them to win the trophy. They had a massive role in Arsenal winning the trophy, people. We cannot forget that. We should not forget that. And that is a big thing, people. We need to understand in my humble opinion, people. I think Arsenal have lost a lot of senior players and this is a young squad. People, with Arteta now having 3 years at Arsenal, he has to get top 4. I don't care whether he gets through Europa League. I don't care he gets through Premier League. He has to get a top 4 or he has to be sacked. There's no in between that. But one thing I will say about Mikel Arteta is he has left Arsenal in a very good state and he has left Arsenal a very good future. Taking some questions here, and Anthony reminding me of young Ronaldo from Sporting. Yeah, he is reminding me of that. Anthony did not look up to speed but got a chance converted. He will struggle against teams like Chelsea and Southampton with fingers on him every time. Yeah, but I think he's such a skillful player, Anshul Bhai, that you're going to see a lot of nutbags, a lot of dribbles, and a lot of enjoyment. Next week, whoever wins between City and Spurs will most likely win the Premier League. No. That's too early. That is too early. If let's say Spurs win, that doesn't mean Spurs are winning the Premier League. I think that's too early in my opinion for Brad weeks. I still think City is winning it comfortably until something massive happens and some team really wakes up and does well. Now, people, going to the next news here. And finally, now we are back to Chelsea talks. Tuchel wanted him to stay by Fabrizio. So, people, big news. Armando Broja has extended his contract at Chelsea. There were talks about him being unhappy with Tuchel, not getting the chances. Chelsea fans, Tuchel hates youth. Tuchel doesn't give chances to youth. Tuchel is destroying the future of Chelsea. Blah. And now see, Tuchel is keeping the youth players. And Armando Broja, I'm so happy. I love this guy. He's such a good player, and to see him stay at Chelsea is such a good thing. And the biggest thing, people, I'm loving is that Tuchel wanted him to stay. That is the biggest sign of approval you will get, that Tuchel was the one who wanted him to stay, which means he is part of the plan for Thomas Tuchel for things going ahead as well. Now, going to the next news, people, that's about Armando Broja as well. 6-year contract for Armando Broja. I'm lost for words, really. Just thinking about it. It's the club I've dreamt of playing for my whole life. The club that I support and the club that I love. I've been here since I was a boy. And so it's a surreal feeling for me and my family. People, I have to say one thing, and I have to say one thing very urgently, that I love this player. I love his mentality. I love his respect. I love the way he has played so far. I love the way he has played professional, not created a drama. So big up to him as well, people. Big up to him as well. On this dream, Drogba is really inspiring a lot of players to play for Chelsea, people. That is a massive deal as well, people. With Drogba being a big part of that as well. I think, people, and I have to say one thing in a very honest way, people. I love Armando Broja, and he is going to be a massive player for Chelsea. A massive player for Chelsea. I think Armando Broja staying here shows that Tuchel loves him. It shows Tuchel trusts him. And I really think that Tuchel wants the best for him as well. And I can see Armando Broja being a big player for Chelsea in the future as well. Now, going to the next news. Liverpool completed a deal for Arthur after failing to find an agreement for Zakaria, who was their number one target. People, this is the news that's been coming out for a very long time. That's the news that I've been saying for a very long time as well. That Liverpool completed a deal for Arthur after failing to find an agreement for Zakaria, who was their number one target. Now, people, on Zakaria and Arthur, both are a bit of subject of criticism, that are they the right signing for Chelsea, Liverpool? Are they the not right signing for Chelsea, Liverpool? This is the thing, people, that has been going on social media for a very long time. And I will say just one thing, people, in a very honest way, in a very good way, people, in a right way, that Zakaria is a good signing for Chelsea and Arthur will be a good signing for Liverpool. I trust Jurgen Klopp to get the best out of Arthur, and I trust, in my humble opinion, for Zakaria to be a great signing for Chelsea, in my humble opinion. So also going on this discussion, I will say one thing, that I think both players are good signing, but this also shows that Zakaria was no joke by Chelsea. Liverpool also wanted him. It's just about whether they can succeed or not. That's the biggest question, people. Now, talking about Chelsea mystery midfielder, they bid 50 million for Lavia. Now, this is a massive news. Fabrizio Romano yesterday teased a lot of people. Yesterday, I think 2-3 days back, that Chelsea had made a surprise 50 million bid for a DM from a non-Champions League playing club. And now it's reported that Chelsea's mystery midfielder they bid 50 million for was Lavia from Southampton, who scored against us. Now, people, watching that match, I'm not surprised. He is a good player, but a player that has just not been signed, and now you're bidding 50 million and trying to get him, is an impossible task. I don't know why we did it. Embarrassing, because he just signed for Southampton, but also he's a very good player, people. He is a very good player as well. He played very well against Chelsea, and I have to respect him, people. He has played very well as well. Chelsea are crazy going for Lavia with Southampton. Just absolutely. I think Chelsea are crazy for this. I don't know why they did that, why they tried this, but that is crazy, people. Diego Costa to Wolves. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you for Chris for the update. Thank you so much, sir, for the update as well. Now going to the next news. And Thiago Silva. What an immense player. 3 tackles, interceptions, dribbles, duels won. He wasn't even dribbled past one time. 93% pass accuracy. He was fouled 3 times. 4 out of 6 long balls completed. 1 assist. And people, he had a big part to play in Ben Chilwell scoring. Just a beauty, this player. And right now, I don't give a damn if anyone says he cannot play in a back 4, whatever. He is right now on form, the best centre-back in the Premier League. And he is playing so well. Now, Reece James, here to stay. Our right back is here. Football crease with love. You aren't getting Reece James. Reece James is the beauty of Chelsea. I love Reece James to absolute bits, people. He is Chelsea's future. He is Chelsea's image. He is one of the biggest players at Chelsea. Proper modern right back, great crossing ability, can score goals, physically strong, defensively strong. We are so lucky to have him. Thank you to Cobham. What a player, and he stays at Chelsea. What a massive, massive news, people. It's also reported that he is the highest paid defender at Chelsea at around 250k per week. And people, that is no way bad. That is a very, very good deal for a proper footballing talent that you'll see in a very, very rare way. And people watching the video, it doesn't take much. Please subscribe, please like, and please support the channel, people. It means a lot to me as well. And how many 18 to 19-year-olds will be signed? Casadei. I think we're trying to build for the future because Anshul bhai, Jorginho has 1 year remaining on his contract and he's not extending. He's 31, 32-year-old. Kante is 31, 32-year-old with 1 year remaining on his contract. So Casadei and Chukwuemeka replacing them, I believe. Along with that, Kante is also, you can say, going to leave in some time. Kovacic is injury prone as well. So Chelsea do need to build the team as well in some way. Lavia is like to replacement for Kante. Ah, boy. Yeah, I do agree in that regard because he's a City player and football freaks will know very well about him as well. And Reece James is worth 250 million. Agree. Even more. He's that good of a player in today's market, in my humble opinion. Now, going to the next news. Now, oh my God, I've just skipped it. I'm so sorry. Scott McLanigan has left Chelsea. Now, people, I will never have any bad words on this channel for anyone, but Scott McLanigan and his scouting work at Chelsea has been horrendous. I'll respect him and I wish him the best, but his scouting work at Chelsea was horrendous. And now it looks like that Todd Boehly is setting his feet at Chelsea. We are going to see some massive, massive, massive changes at Chelsea. Michael Edwards or a Paul Mitchell coming in the future. And it does look like Chelsea will go a lot of changes. Marina has left the club. Bruce Buck has left the club. Scott McLanigan has left the club. And the club is now going in a new direction and a direction I'm very excited about. But best of luck to him. But some of the scouting deals he did were an absolute disaster. Now, Chelsea have flown Aubameyang to Milan to see the same specialist that fit mass for former Chelsea players Torres, Rudiger, Fabregas, Dembaba, and yeah, I agree. I do agree in that regard. But I wish him the best. And I think on Aubameyang, people, I in my opinion, I was thinking that he might be back after international break, but it looks like he will be brought earlier. He will be given the mask that Fabregas played in, Dembaba played in, Fernando Torres played in, Rudiger played in, and Aubameyang might just come back for the Fulham game more earlier than we expected. So that's a big news for Chelsea, and that's a very, very good news, people. But overall, I will always say one thing. Players' health is more important than playing him. If it's risky, I wish we do not play Aubameyang. If it's not, then fair enough. But Obama blood can yang is Chelsea, and times are only going to be exciting, people. Now the final part of the video today, lineup I will like to see was a Dynamo Zagreb tomorrow in the UCL. UCL preview on the channel will be tomorrow, people. So do hit the like button, subscribe button, and support the channel. People, I want to see this lineup in the Dynamo Zagreb tomorrow. I want to see Fofana play in the position Silva does. And Silva, people, is 38. So playing him in every 3 days will be a disaster. I want Chalobah to play at the right. Koulibaly to play at the left. Kepa finally getting a debut. And the way Mendy has been playing and the way Kepa has stayed professional, he must be played. Ben Chilwell has got a lot of rest now. He was so good and we need to play him in this game. I think Reece James is the most important player and he has to be rested. And Cesar Azpilicueta can come back, especially no disrespect, against a team where we should be winning. And then Zakaria should be making his debut against Jorginho along with, because this is the best game for Zakaria to make his debut and make some mistakes, because I think on paper we should be winning this match comfortably. I think Pulisic is a player who is given very less chances to prove himself. He has to be given a consistent game time so we can make assessment on him. So I want Pulisic to play. I want Hakim Ziyech to play, especially when a striker plays, and I want Roja to play. People, this is my dream Chelsea 11 for tomorrow, and even 11 I might see. I don't want to see Mount. I don't want to see Havertz. They have got enough chances. I don't want to see James being risked. I don't want to see Mateo Kovacic being risked. And I also don't want to see Thiago Silva being risked anyway. So Ben Chilwell has to start with the performance and the rest he has got. Chalobah has to come in. Fofana have to play. Zakaria has to make his debut in this game. It's the best game for him. And then Aspi to play in James and Ziyech, Pulisic and Roja. Boehly is hell-bent on bringing ex-Liverpool DUF to Chelsea. Yeah. And do not be surprised it might happen. Michael Edwards is on a sabbatical and a rest, but he might just retire. He's just going on a rest of 1 year, but he might just reduce it to manage Chelsea. And Todd Boehly is hell-bent on getting him as well. And This guy came. Rico Lewis is apparently the Kyle Walker replacement, learning defensive ability from Walker, offensive time from Cancelo. The boy is just 17-year-old. For me, City are one of the best club run in the world, and Football Creeks, you're one lucky person the way your club is run. People, on that note, I ended today's video. Do watch it back. We had such a great chat, and people just now joining, it doesn't take much. One subscribe and one hit on the like button. Please support the channel, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. All have a fantastic day. I wish you the best. Please subscribe to the channel and support the channel, people. It doesn't take much. Thank you all. Respect to you all. Thank you so much.